Good afternoon. This is All India Radio, and I'm Lalema Aneja Dang with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates AIIMS Guwahati and several developmental projects in Assam. Says social infrastructure got major boost in Northeast in the last 9 years. Finance Minister says global policy response is required for crypto assets. External Affairs Minister Dr S. Jaishankar inaugurates Buzi Bridge in Mozambique built by India. India, Japan and France announce common platform for Sri Lanka creditors. Bharat Gaurav Tourist train for Baba Saheb Ambedkar Yatra flagged off from New Delhi to commemorate birth anniversary of Dr B R Ambedkar. Festivals of Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Naba Barsha, Vaisakhadi, Meshadi and Puthandu Pirappu being celebrated in different parts of the country. And in IPL Cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in Kolkata this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today dedicated AIIMS Guwahati to the nation in a function held at Changsari in Assam. Mr. Modi also inaugurated 3 medical colleges at Nalbari, Nagaon and Kokrajhar. Addressing the gathering on this occasion, the Prime Minister said that Northeast has got its first AIIMS which would hugely benefit the people of the region. Mr. Modi said that during the last 9 years, connectivity got a major upliftment in Northeast.
हमने बीते वर्षों में 15 नए एम्स पर काम शुरू किया। इनमें से अधिकतर में इलाज और पढ़ाई दोनों सुविधा शुरू हो चुकी है। एम्स गुवाहाटी भी इस बात का उदाहरण है कि हमारी सरकार जो संकल्प लेती है उसे सिद्ध करके भी दिखाती है। ये असम की जनता का प्यार है जो मुझे बार बार यहाँ खींच के ले आता है।
The Prime Minister said that for decades, Northeast was facing challenges due to corruption, instability and regionalism. He said that along with connectivity, social infrastructure sector was also made a remarkable progress in the region, including health and education.
पिछले 9 वर्षों में हमारी सरकार में करीब 300 नए मेडिकल कॉलेज बने। पिछले 9 वर्षों में देश में एमबीबीएस सीटें भी 2 गुनी बढ़कर 1 लाख से अधिक हो चुकी है। पिछले 9 वर्षों में देश में पीजी सीटों में भी 110% की बढ़ोतरी हुई है। हमने मेडिकल शिक्षा के विस्तार के लिए नेशनल मेडिकल कमीशन की स्थापना की है। पिछड़े परिवारों को, बैकवर्ड फैमिलीज के बच्चे डॉक्टर बन सके, इसके लिए हमने आरक्षण की सुविधा का भी विस्तार किया।
Mr. Modi added that India is committed to making the country free from TB.
भारत को टीबी से मुक्त करने का लक्ष्य रखा है। मैं जानता हूं कि बीमारी किस तरह गरीब और मध्यम वर्ग के परिवार को बर्बाद कर देती है। इसलिए हमारी सरकार ने प्रिवेंटिव हेल्थ केयर पर फोकस किया। बीमार हो ही नहीं, बीमारी आए ही नहीं, इस पर फोकस किया। योग, आयुर्वेद, फिट इंडिया अभियान चलाकर हमने लोगों की निरंतर सेहत के प्रति जागरूक किया है।
Citing examples of various government schemes, Mr. Modi said that technology also played a positive role in uplifting the health sector of the country. Mr. Modi mentioned that India's role during COVID vaccination was appreciated by all. He said that it has become possible because of the efforts of all the people. He laid foundation stone of Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institute at IIT Guwahati from the same event. The Prime Minister ceremonially distributed Ayushman Bharat PMJ card to 1.1 crore beneficiaries of Assam. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that global policy responses are required for crypto assets as its implications can impact both emerging and developed economies. She said this while briefing the press at the culmination of the second meeting of G20 finance ministers and central bank governors under the G20 India presidency in Washington, D.C. The meeting was held on the 12th and 13th of this month on the margins of 2023 spring meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group. The minister said G20 members appreciated India's presidency's focus on the important agenda around reforming and strengthening multilateral development banks to address global challenges of the 21st century. The notification for the assembly election in Karnataka was issued yesterday. On the first day, 221 nominations were received by the Election Commission. 27 BJP candidates filed their nominations yesterday, 26 Congress candidates, 12 JDS, 10 AAP, 1 BSP, 100 nominations by other political parties and 45 nominations were received from the independents. Our correspondent reports that the last day to file nominations is April the 20th.
On the first day yesterday, prominent among those who filed nominations were BJP ministers Murugesh Nirani from Bilgi, Dr. K. Sudhakar from Chikballapur, C.C. Patil from Nargund, S.T. Somshekar from Yeshwantpur, and V. Sunil Kumar from Karkala. From the Congress Party, Rudrappa Lamani from Haveri, Rajshekar Patil from Humnabad, S.S. Mallikarjun from Davangere North, Rupa Kala from Kolar Goldfields filed their nominations yesterday. The last day to file nominations is April 20th. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
The 65-year-old Mysore Paints and Varnish Company is the only supplier of indelible ink for the election purpose in the country. The company has supplied 130,000 vials of indelible ink to the office of the Chief Electoral Office in Bengaluru for use during the May 10 Assembly election in Karnataka. Each vial of ink contains 10 milliliters quantity of ink that can be used on 700 to 800 voters. The manager in the Mysore Paints and Varnish Company, G. Kumaraswamy, spoke to All India Radio News in Mysuru on the supply of election ink that has proved its worth since many decades.
For Karnataka elections, as per the direction of ECI, we supplied about 130,000 bottles of each containing 10 ml of indelible ink to the TEC office of Karnataka. We already supplied on 1st of April this month. Mysore Paints and Varnishes Limited Company is exporting the indelible ink at a different size of the bottle to the different countries with the support of Ministry of External Affairs and the Election Commission. This year we have supplied to the Cambodia and Sri Lanka and other countries. We are planning to export this indelible ink which is used in their elections also.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar began his engagements in Maputo, Mozambique by meeting with President of Assembly Esperança Baez. They discussed the historic cooperation between the two countries and reiterated India's support for Mozambique's sustainable development. The conversation focused on counter-terrorism, disaster resilience and green growth. Dr. Jaishankar also virtually inaugurated the Buzi Bridge, constructed as part of 132-kilometer Tika-Buzi Nova Sofala Road project. The bridge has been built by India. He said the bridge is a practical example of India-Mozambique solidarity and friendship. The Indian High Commission in Mozambique said in a tweet, it will make a difference to so many in Mozambique. The External Affairs Minister took a ride in a Made in India train from Maputo to Machawa with Mr. Magala. CMD of Rail India Technical and Economic Services writes Rahul Mittal joined them on the journey. Dr. Jaishankar also offered prayers at the Sri Vishwambhar Mahadev Mandir in Maputo. The External Affairs Minister met community representatives and friends of India at the reception hosted by High Commissioner in Maputo. In his address, he underlined the significance of the time-tested and historic relationship that is expanding. Japan, India and France have announced a common platform for talks among bilateral creditors to coordinate restructuring of Sri Lanka's debt. The move is expected to serve as a model for solving the debt wars of middle-income economies. Japanese Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki told a briefing that to be able to launch this negotiation process with such a broad-based group of creditors is a historical outcome. He said, this committee is open to all creditors. French Director General of the Treasury, Emmanuel Moulet, told the briefing that the group is ready to hold the first round of talks as soon as possible. The island nation of 22 million people last month secured a $2.9 billion program from the International Monetary Fund to tackle its huge debt burden. But the middle-income economy could not apply for relief under the G20's common framework for debt treatments, which targets only low-income countries. This has put the onus on the major economies to come up with an alternative scheme, leading to the creation of the new platform. Sri Lanka owes $7.1 billion to bilateral creditors, with $3 billion owed to China, followed by $2.4 billion to the Paris Club and $1.6 billion to India. Nation remembers the architect of the Indian Constitution, Dr. B R Ambedkar, on his birth anniversary today. In a message, President Draupadi Murmu stated that B R Ambedkar's basic mantra, educate, organize and struggle to bring the deprived communities to the mainstream of society, will always remain relevant. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has paid tributes to Dr. Bhim Rao Ramji Ambedkar on his birth anniversary and recalled him as an intellectual, legal stalwart, social reformer and true nationalist. In a tweet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi saluted Dr. Ambedkar for dedicating his life towards the empowerment of the deprived and exploited sections of the society. Tourism Minister G. Krishan Reddy and Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Dr. Virendra Kumar today flagged off Bharat Gaurav Tourist train from Hazrat Nizamuddin railway station in Delhi to mark the occasion. The train will cover prominent sites associated with the life of Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. The 7 nights and 8 days long journey will end at Gaya, halting at Mao in Madhya Pradesh, the birthplace of Baba Saheb, Nagpur, to visit Diksha Bhumi, Sanchi and Varanasi. Well, festivals of Vaisakhadi, Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Naba Barsha, Vaisakhadi, Meshadi and Puthandu Pirappu are being celebrated in different parts of the country today. In a message, President Draupadi Murmu said that these farmers' festivals celebrated in different parts of the country present a glimpse of India's rich cultural heritage and diversity. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said these festivals are an integral part of India's diverse culture and traditions, symbolizing the spirit of unity, harmony and brotherhood. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoped that the occasion will deepen the bonds of togetherness in society. He wished everyone a healthy and happy year ahead. The University Grants Commission has brought out the University Grants Commission Redressal of Grievances of Students Regulations 2023. These regulations will help in providing opportunities for redressal of grievances of students. These regulations are notified in Super Session of the University Grants Commission Redress of Grievances of Students Regulations 2019. According to the UGC, the new regulations provide for the establishment of Students' Grievances Redressal Committee by all higher education institutions and for the appointment of ombudsperson at the university level. In IPL Cricket today, Kolkata Knight Riders will take on Sunrisers Hyderabad at Eden Gardens, Kolkata today. The match will start at 7:30 p.m. Last night, Gujarat Titans beat Punjab Kings by 6 wickets in Mohali. Gujarat Titans overhauled the target of 154 runs in 19.5 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates AIIMS Guwahati and several development projects in Assam, says social infrastructure got major boost in Northeast in the last 9 years. Finance Minister says global policy response is required for crypto assets. External Affairs Minister Dr S. Jaishankar inaugurates Buzi Bridge in Mozambique built by India. India, Japan and France announce common platform for Sri Lanka creditors. Bharat Gaurav Tourist train for Baba Saheb Ambedkar Yatra flagged off from New Delhi to commemorate birth anniversary of Dr. B R Ambedkar. festivals of Vishu, Rongali Bihu, Naba Barsha, Vaisakhadi, Meshadi and Puthandu Pirappu being celebrated in different parts of the country. And in IPL Cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders to take on Sunrisers Hyderabad in Kolkata this evening. And with that, we end the Midday News.